welcome back to Beautbean and to the fall tag. This was created by Beautbean and I first ran into it on LS's channel. Of course, both of them will be linked down in the description box below. And let's just get into it. This seems like a really, really fun tag. It is how many questions? 12 questions, all about fall. Not particularly about makeup, but you know, it's beauty YouTube. It is equal parts beauty content and fall appreciation content. So, right off the bat, candy corn, good or gross? I know this is supposed to be an either or, but I've gotta say both. Like, I acknowledge that candy corn tastes exactly like what I think one of those really fall scented Bath and Body Works candles would taste like if I just took a spoon to it. But I don't dislike it. I really like candy corn. I know it's gross, but I can't help it. Number 2, if you could live in a place where it was autumn all the time, would you? No. I am actually not that big of a fall person. Like, I like the vibe. I like the witchiness. I appreciate that it starts getting a little bit more cool and crispier. But I spent so much time as a kid growing up in the Midwest wishing that winter would go away and it would stop being cold in the fall, because we were pretty much always in our winter coats by about this point of the year. By October 15th, it was coat season usually, and like full winter coat season quite often. So I really love fall here now that I've moved to the Southeast, but I haven't quite convinced myself yet that fall is an okay season. Spring especially is superior in my mind. Number 3, tea, coffee, hot cocoa, or cider. Now, tea and coffee are straight out. I just don't like either of those. Cider is okay, take it or leave it. Cocoa, delicious. Very much a special treat kind of thing. I probably only drink hot cocoa maybe 3 or 4 times a year, but it is delightful. Number 4, what are your favorite autumn movies? Let's see. There aren't a lot of movies that I really particularly associate with autumn, but there are a few that I think if I were to go back and watch them again, it would probably be in autumn. One that immediately pops to mind is Bram Stoker's Dracula, that 90s version that has Keanu Reeves and Gary Oldman and Winona Ryder in it. It is so much. I can't even say it's such a good movie, but it's a lot. And it's very enjoyable for me. Rebecca is probably one of my favorite movies, and I love the creepy nature of it. I love that it's a ghost story with no ghosts. Let's see, am I just naming off my favorite books at this point? Pretty much. You know what movie I want to see this fall? I've never actually seen this before, but I want to watch a bunch of the Wuthering Heights adaptations and find a good one. I've heard none of them are particularly good, which kind of makes sense because I can't imagine how that novel would fit into a movie. But I'd be very interested to try some of them out because I've loved Wuthering Heights for literally half my life at this point. I think I read it for the first time when I was 12 or 13, and we were driving to my grandmother's house. It's like a 6-hour drive. I started when we left our house, and I'd finished by the time we got to Grandma's house, and I was enthralled. It was so good. And I think if you're familiar with those 3 books and the Gary Oldman film, you probably realize that I have a type at this point. Okay, I spent too long on that question. What's the next one? My favorite autumn color. I think that my favorite autumn color is that sort of duochrome brown to green, brown to blue. I was just thinking about this morning. I think it's blue brown, or is it club? I couldn't figure out this morning either. But that like single eyeshadow from MAC that everyone used to have like 10 years ago, I think that's just the most stunning, perfect fall color. And I think it is a really good representation of somewhat what you see in the trees, not necessarily in a single leaf, but the almost kaleidoscope of colors that you see in the tree as the leaves start changing. Love it. Number 6, what is your Hogwarts house? Oh, I'm a Ravenclaw. 110%. I have been very bookish since I was 5. I love going to museums when I travel. I love learning about new things, but I also love going really deep into a topic. Like, I can't even tell you how much I've read about the Beatles over the years, or how many of the hundreds of expanded universe Star Wars novels I've read. Just, I'm a Ravenclaw. There's no question about that. Number 7, your favorite Burr month. So September, October, November, or December? I think October. I love Halloween. I love the little bit of spooky that comes out. I think the weather here in October is beautiful. September can be too hot. December can be a little bit snowy, but October is just crisp and lovely. Number 8, Halloween or Christmas, and why? I think Halloween. Christmas is such a high stress holiday. Halloween is such a chill holiday by comparison. Like, maybe I go to one Halloween party, maybe I hand out some candy, maybe I get to dress up like a witch, but mostly I just kind of sit back, enjoy that little bit of the spooky vibe for a couple days, and then I get to eat clearance candy. Number 9, what is your least favorite part of fall? Elections, campaigns. It stresses me out so much. Oh my goodness, I can't think about it. Next. Number 10, favorite autumn songs. So I feel like there are really 2 moods. There's the sort of hayride, pumpkin patch kind of fall feeling, which I think the perfect song for that is Won't Back Down by Tom Petty. But then there's a second side of fall where I'm not going for that like wholesomeness. I'm going for something that feels just a little bit out of place almost. And for that, what I really like to reach for are some of the like Beatles numbers that could have been vaudeville hits. No, I'm thinking like Honey Pie, or Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite. When I'm 64 isn't the best. Oh, Your Mother Should Know. Just that kind of, it could have come from 40 years before they were recorded, but they also have some edge to them that belongs to the 60s and makes them just sort of floating, ageless in time. Love that. I think it's a little bit spooky. Perfect. Number 11, your favorite fall dessert. I love pumpkin pie so much. It is pretty much the only dessert that I will actually go out of my way to make myself. By the way, the recipe for pumpkin pie that comes on the back of the Libby's pumpkin in a can is actually like the best pumpkin pie. I've taken that to a couple of different gatherings, and every single time people have asked me what recipe I used, and it has like 4 ingredients. Try it out sometime. And number 12, your go-to autumn makeup. I don't think my go-to autumn makeup is really any different from my go-to other time of year makeup. I really like to do a pretty taupe eye with some cat eyeliner, and then I guess the lips differ a little bit. My lips tend to get a little darker. I mean, Last year I wore Maybelline Touch of Spice to the point where I panned it, and I don't have it again this year. I kind of miss it. Those kinds of sort of deeper, almost nude, but has a brick tone to it, reddish berries, those just feel right in the fall. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Betty Jean for making this tag. I really enjoyed it. If you would like to do this tag, I hope you will, and I hope you'll let me know that you did so I can come watch it. Jen, if you're watching this, I really want to see yours. I know that you're very into fall, and I think it would be fun to see your answers. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed, and I really hope we'll see you next time.